thing. All right, good morning and welcome. Here we go. Disclaimer. You're about to engage in intense physical activity. Proceed with caution. Do not attempt to perform any movements or activity that exceed your current physical capabilities. Participants with injuries, high blood pressure, chronic health conditions, recent chest pain, or that have any other condition that may limit their ability to participate in this activity should consult their physician or healthcare provider before proceeding. All right, happy early Halloween, everybody. Diane is in full spirit with her butterfly mask and encouraged me to try to find something last minute. So I just threw on Bruce's hiking hats here. So we'll see how long this lasts. But let's go ahead, come to our feet. Thanks for being here. All right, palms in front of the chest. We're gonna start with 3 cycles of our breathing. Stand up nice and tall, close the eyes. We're gonna breathe in, stretch up, reach to overhead, and exhale, relax the arms down. Good job. 2 more cycles. Breathe and stretch. Exhale, relax. And last one. Breathe, reach, lift up out of the hips, up out of the shoulders, and all the way through. Fantastic. We're going to take this right into some like step jacks, back and forth. Very good. Opening through the shoulders. If you don't want to go to overhead, you can also do our seal jack. Shoulders back and down, opening through the chest. Very nice. Another 10 seconds here. Hey, there's Ann. All right, from there, if you want to stabilize on something, we're just going to do a couple exercises here, call them some like standing glute extensions. So I want you to stand up tall out of the hip, support your weight on one leg, and then we're going to extend that leg straight back, firing the glute, have that toe point straight ahead. So back, firing here, and relax. Let's go anywhere between like 6 and 10, and then we'll switch sides. Back and squeeze. Hold it in the back. Try to wake up just a little bit more of those glute tissues as you move. Welcome, Shirley. Welcome, Ann. Great to see you all. A couple more. And just make sure you're holding up and lifting up through the core. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and kind of just rock the hips side to side in between legs. There you go. And then when you're ready, we're going to do the same thing other side. So we're going to support on one. Toes are pointing straight ahead, extending the legs straight back. Keep your core engaged so you don't arch the back. Again, we're just focusing on firing the glute. So squeezing that bum. Pointing the toe ahead, back, and squeeze. Good. We're going to go upwards of 10 here. And then just pay attention that on your support leg, you're not locked out in that knee. A little bit of bend. Couple more. And relax. Fantastic. We're going to go back to our step jacks. Good. And yeah, feel free if you want to move into a jumping jack, you're welcome to it. Your body feels ready for that. Fantastic. Good. Couple more. Fantastic. And we're going to walk the feet out a little bit wider than the hips. Slight bend in those knees, arms out to the side. We're going to bow forward, sending the hips back, reach towards the opposite leg. Engage the glutes, stand, bow forward, hinging to that opposite side. Very good. Did a quick wardrobe change right before this. Diane showed up with her fun little like butterfly wings on her face. And she took my, we're going to have fun today, meaning we were going to dress up today. So I grabbed Bruce's hat and put on a black and white striped shirt. That's my Halloween spirit for the day. All right, everybody, bring it back in. We're going to go one more time here. You can either stay there with the standing, or if you want to come down on all fours for a bird dog, or you can support on the chair. But we're going to go knee towards the elbow if you want to do the next level up, and kick it straight back. Knee towards the elbow, and extend. There you go. Upwards of 10. Still focus on that midline strong. You don't arch the back as you extend through the hip. Toe pointing, if you're bending over a little bit like me, pointing towards the floor or pointing straight ahead. Very good. Let's go a couple more. In and back. Once more. And back. Fantastic. If you're standing, go ahead and stand up, shake it out. If you're down on the floor, just hang out there for a second. And then when you're ready, we're going to do the same thing other side. Core engaged, not letting your back arch. Pull the belly button in. Extend straight back. Pull that knee in. Fire the glutes. The glutes are the biggest muscles we have in our body, but oftentimes all those muscles become dormant. So we want to wake them up, ask them to do their job. Good job. Stand strong in that midline. You can pause in the back, put a knee in towards the chest. Very good. Couple more. In and back. Fantastic. All right, go ahead and make your way up to standing if you're down on the floor. Take a step back, your chair. We're going to walk those feet in so that they're just underneath the hips. We're moving into our Jefferson curl next. So you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, have a slight bend in those knees, and slide the hands down the legs. Stretching out the back of the body, going as far as you feel confident. When you get to your bottom position, breathe into the back of the rib cage. Nice deep breath. Exhale, still strong in the legs, and then slowly start to make your way back up. Tucking the hips under, coming all the way up to the top. Fantastic. From here, bring the arms up to overhead. That doesn't work for that. Bring your feet a little bit wider, and we're just going to gently side bend. Bending to the side, back up to neutral, and bend to the other side. Stretching out that side body. Good job. We'll go back and forth anywhere between like 2 to 4 times each direction. See if you can stretch just a little bit farther each time, not forcing anything. Very good. About once more each way. And up and to the side. Fantastic. Pick up those arms and then cross them over your shoulders when you're ready. Slight bend those knees, and now we're just going to rotate, peering over the shoulder, back to center, and peer over that opposite shoulder. Breathe in and exhale into that rotation. Breathe in neutral position and exhale as you turn. Good job. Let's get one more each direction. Just going to check the mute here. There we go. Fantastic. When you even out both sides, walk those feet back in. One more time on that Jefferson curl. Chin to the chest. Slowly rounding forward, staying nice and strong in the midsection and legs. Little bend in those knees. And we'll take that breath in the bottom. Breathing deep. Exhale, and then gradually make your way back up. Push through your feet, drive through the legs, all the way to standing. Fantastic. All right, holding strong out of the core. If you want to balance near something, that might be a good idea. We're going to do our alternating knees to elbows. So my arms come up like scarecrow arms. Lift up out of the hips, and then you're going to start to make your way elbow towards the opposite knee. If you can't quite touch it, no problem. Just do the best you can. Good control of the movement. Remember to set the core, set the hips each time. I'm focused to pull up. It also helps to focus on what's happening at my foot. So grip those toes down, activate the arch of the foot. That's going to be your base of support. Well done, everyone. Moving with control, staying tall. Let's go about 10 more seconds here. And back. Once more. And back. Fantastic. Step jacks or jump jacks. Starting to bring that heart rate up a little bit more, warming up the body. We'll go 30 seconds here. Well done. Step in or jump in. halfway through. All right, very good. Before we go back to that alternating knee to elbow, we're gonna say hello to those hamstrings a little bit more. Slight bend in the knees, either over the shoulders or behind the head. Long spine this time. Send the hips back, bowing forward. Push the feet, engage those glutes, stand tall. Again, bowing forward and standing tall. Upwards of 5 here, just moving at your own tempo. Find something straight ahead to focus on as you stand. And we're gonna go one more cycle after this, back to our alternating knee to elbow next. Bowing forward and up, well done. Lift up through that core, back to our scarecrow arms, and 2, 1, here we go. Lifting through the hips, lifting through the midsection, focused on that balance. Lift and over, well done. Over and up. Good. Halfway. Don't worry about rushing this movement. With more about that control, that balance. It's a challenging one. So be patient with yourself if you feel a little wobbly. Last one. Fantastic. And then jump jacks or seal jacks. Let's open up the chest this time. Give that overhead position a break. So you can hop or step. Shoulders back and down. It's a good day to be alive. Heard the East Coast got hit by quite a few storms. I know Sharon messaged that said that she was out of power, so she was conserving her battery power today. All right, everybody. We're gonna say hello to those hamstrings once more, this time single leg. So bend in one, set that heel strong, heel down, toe up. And then bowing forward. We'll go 3 to 5 on each leg before we switch. Stand tall. Hello, hamstrings. And up. Upwards of 3 more. Just moving at your own pace. Bowing forward till you feel that tension in the back of the leg. You can pause there for a short moment and then stand tall. Let's get about 1 more. And up. And then same thing other side. Just watch so you don't let those hips kick out. So keep everything square and then straight over from there. Up and down. Over. Nice work. Couple more. And last one. Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and grab a little drink of water. Then we're going to do a couple stretches to get ready for our first circuit. Okay, so we're going to be doing some balance work. You can do a single leg balance or the option of lunging if you want to work on your lunging, okay? So let's start first by lengthening those quads, standing up nice and tall. Lifting up to the hip, if you can grab that foot, we're working to grab the foot or even put the foot up on a chair and pulling the heel towards the glute. Let's hold upwards of 10 seconds here, not 10, 20. Got the train coming through town. Very good, just gently pulling the heel towards the glute and relax. Nice job. In between sides, let's walk the feet wide. We're gonna open up those inner thighs. You can grab onto a counter or a chair for extra balance. Have your heels strongly planted, grip the toes down, and then side lunging, side to side, pushing the knee out, keeping that chest tall. Very good. Saying hi to those inner thighs, but staying firmly planted on the way. Good job. Let's get about once more to each side, and then we'll walk the feet in and stretch that quad on the opposite leg. Walking it in. Good job. Lifting up, good balance of support, and grab that foot, pull the heel towards the glute. All right, so how it's going to work, we'll have 30 seconds of either balancing on the left leg or left leg lunging. That's where the left leg will stay forward and the right foot will step back. Then we'll have our 15 seconds, and then we're going to be doing either our T push-ups, or you can hold the plank and rotate. What that looks like for the T push-ups, we're here. You can lower down as confident, elbows in, and then the T means that we're going to rotate, straighten the arms. If you don't feel good to lower down, you can also stay at the top of the plank and working on that rotation side to side. After the push-ups, now we go to the opposite leg, either single leg balance or stepping back, working on that lunge position, okay? If you're lunging, really important that front foot, you want the heel to be planted, toes to be gripping down, and that front shin stays vertical. We don't want that knee shooting forward, all right? After the lunge on the second leg, you can sit down if you'd like and grab your bands for a seated row. It looks something like this, elbows into the side, reaching forward, or you can utilize the weights and come into a bent over position, bowing forward, chin in. You can do a bent over row with weights or with bands technically as well. After that bent over row, that will complete round one. Then we'll go back to the top and start with our single leg work on the opposite leg. I'm going to demo the balance on our first set, and then I'll move into the lunges. If you feel confident on your lunge and want to start with that, by all means. Questions before we begin? All right, left leg first. Lift up out of that hip, 2, 1, here we go. So gripping the toe down, shoulders stacked over the hips, not letting that hip kick out. Nice work. Those of you working on that lunge, just good control movement. Well done, everybody. That's 25 seconds, and 3, 2, 1, and rest and rotate. Very good. We're going to go to those push-ups next. From an elevated position or down on the floor, elbows stay relatively into the side. Watch that wide wing position. A little bit wider base support with the feet, and whenever you're ready, lowering the chest down, pushing up, lift up out of that support shoulder as you rotate, and follow that arm with your gaze. We got upwards of a whole minute here, so be patient. If you need to come up and shake it out before the minute's done, do it. And as you're lowering down, pay attention to your low back as well, pulling the belly button in, avoiding any arch of the spine. Very good. That's our 30-second mark. We're halfway through. Everything tight, pushing away, and pivot. Down and up. Follow the arm with the gaze. Nice job. 10 seconds left. And 2, 1, walk it in. Make your way back to your feet. We're going to be going right leg this time. Nice deep breaths here, standing tall. And 2, 1, here we go. Either lunging on the right or practicing the balance. Good job. Grip the toes on that right foot, whether you're lunging or balancing. Activate the arch of the foot. And then check the posture. We don't want to start to fall forward, so we'll pull ourselves up and back. Stack the shoulders right over the hips. Ooh, start to feel that hip burn, lifting and holding. And 3, 2, 1, rotating. Good job. Upper body, bent over row or seated row. I'm going to demo with the band. If you do have the band and go seated, we do have some deadlifts in the next section, so we will be doing some hinging then. Sit tall, and here we go. Elbows into the side, reach forward. Squeeze. Don't worry about speed so much here, but really getting the back of your body to activate. Strengthening right between those shoulder blades. Keeping the shoulders down from your ears. Good job. In and hold. Reaching forward. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2, 1, and that's set 1. Good job. We're gonna take 30 seconds before we move into set 2. I encourage many of you can stick with that balance exercise. All right, if it feels like it's too much on that one leg, you can even transition into what we call the tandem stance, where you stand as if you're on a tightrope. So left leg would be forward on the first one, and that's a good balance exercise as well. All right, otherwise, left leg, 2, 1, and whenever you're ready. If you're lunging, back and down. Good control. Grip the toes. Fantastic. There you go. 10 seconds left. Almost there. And rest. Very good. Push-ups are next. Push up, working that plank. Everything strong. Set the hands right underneath the shoulders. Walk the feet into position. Belly button in, and here we go. Try to focus your gaze as you're doing the push-up right between the hands, and then follow your arm as you pivot, lifting up strong out of that bottom shoulder. Elbows in, pushing away, and pivot. Nice work, everybody. Fantastic. Lowering down. Good, we're over halfway. And if you get to where your shoulders feel a little too shaky to lower down, just hold the top of that push-up in that plank position and pivot from there. Good, 10 seconds. Two, 1, and rest. Fantastic, making your way back up. We're moving into the right leg, single leg balance, tandem stance, or the lunges. Nice deep breaths. 2, 1, here we go. Back and down, up and forward if you're lunging. Whoop. Keep everything square, everything strong. Well done. Halfway through. Good work on that balance, ladies. Holding strong, lifting, and focus forward. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Bend over, seated row. Band around the one foot, sitting nice and tall. And whenever you're ready, pull those elbows into the side. Reach and squeeze them in. Reaching forward, pulling it back. Fantastic, good. Strengthening the back, hold, and reach. Almost there. And 2, 1, and rest. Very good. That's the end of set 2. We have one more cycle left. We'll take 30 seconds before that last cycle. Good time to grab a quick drink. Keep yourself hydrated. As the weather cools down, I know I have to really keep on myself to keep drinking water. One of the best things we can do for our body. Stay hydrated and keep moving. All right, we're back to that left leg. I'm going to take you through the balance again. Feel free if you want to lunge. And here we go. Working that balance, arms out to the side. And if you feel the alignment of the hip kind of lose it, if you feel yourself kick out, please rest and then come back into a strong position. It doesn't serve us to practice poor movement patterns. We want to strengthen the body appropriately. There you go. Shoulders right over those hips. And rest. Fantastic. Last round of push-ups coming up. Walk the feet back, place the hands right at the shoulders. Remember, nice wide handprint, starfish hands. And begin when you're ready. Elbows in towards the side. Keeping from letting those shoulders shoot forward. Nice. That rotation gives us a nice opening through the rib cage, opens the side of the body. Good, and that's the way, Shirley. We're halfway through. Fantastic. There you go. Now remember to pay attention. Don't let that back start to arch. Sometimes when we get tired, we let our hips shoot forward. So keep the hips in line with the shoulders. We have 10 seconds left here. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Last time on the right leg. Right leg balance or lunge. Standing tall, pulling everything up and in. And 2, 1, here we go. It's like, feels like Karate Kid. Good job. Continue to check your posture, shoulders back. Stacked over the hips. And I feel that ankle kind of trembling back and forth. It's trying to hold that equilibrium place, keeping myself balanced. 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Just a seated row. Seated or bent over, whichever you prefer. And here we go. Elbows in. Imagine those shoulder blades. They're like little wings on the back of your torso there. And you try to pull those wings in together. Squeeze them in. Broadens the chest. Strengthen your back. Reach forward, in and squeeze. Fantastic. Breathing and reaching. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Let's get some water. We're going to do a couple stretches before we go to the next circuit. Nice work. Okay. We're going to start with the hips. You can lie on your back or join me seated. We're going to do that glute stretch that we've done recently. You're going to sit tall or lie back, pull the knee in towards the same side shoulder, and then bring it across the body, opening through the hip. And it's a great time to add a couple ankle rolls in there as well. So roll that ankle around a few times, up and down and around, and then we'll switch directions. And then once you finish the ankle rolls, just kind of use your upper body, or if you're seated here, you can kind of even use that leg to move the hip up and down. See if you find any areas of tension that's not quite gliding as you'd like, and just encourage it to glide. Well done. Let's do the same thing on that other side. Pull that knee up, gently bringing it across, and see if you can add some ankle rolls. Switch directions on the ankle rolls. Good, and then up and down with the leg. Flossing that hip joint, saying hello. Beautiful. All right, we're going to go back to the first leg. This time moving to that figure 4 stretch. So pull the foot up to the thigh. If you're seated, sit tall, and then we'll just gently lean forward only until you feel a little bit in that outer hip, and then you'll say, okay, that's my spot. Good time to close the eyes and just breathe. We'll take about 3 breaths here before we switch sides. Feel the ribs expand as you inhale. Belly drops down as you exhale. Good job. Switch when you're ready. Same thing, other side. Sitting tall, bowing forward. And same idea. 3 nice deep breaths. Very good. One more. Fantastic. Set both feet down on the floor. If you are on your back, we'll go 2-knee twist next. If you're seated here, hand on the opposite thigh, hand on the same side shoulders. We're going to pull ourselves into some spinal rotation here, and we'll do a little bit of some shoulder rolls as well. Elbow around. Got a little clunking and clicking going around myself, just encouraging that joint to keep moving. Sometimes it causes us concern, like if our body shouldn't be making those noises, but especially if it doesn't hurt, it's not always a bad thing. We're just encouraging it to keep it going. And switch sides when you're ready. Sit tall, pull yourself around, elbow to the same side shoulder, like we're trying to trace the outline of a grapefruit. Round and around. Good. If you're on your back, pull both knees into your chest. If you're seated in the chair, widen your stance. Sit tall. I'm kind of just like on the edge of the seat here. Now I'm going to slide my hands down the legs and come into a little bit of a forward fold. Breathing into the back. Just getting a gentle stretch on the back of the body. And go ahead and make your way back up. All right, everybody. One more drink, and then we'll move into the first piece. 3 sets. We're alternating 2 different exercises now. We're doing our suitcase deadlift. So we're going to have the weight on the side of our body, hinging at the hips, and then we're going to be doing a side plank. So I'm going to demo it elevated, but you're welcome to be down on the ground. You would start in a similar position of the push-up, and then you're pushing through that arm and lifting up, right? You can also do it like against the wall if that's too low, where you walk your feet out, and I'm just leaning my hand into the wall, activating that side of the body, all right? So find what's best for you, and then we'll go suitcase deadlift on the opposite arm and side plank on that opposite arm. 15 seconds in between. We've got 30 seconds for our intervals. Any questions before we begin? All right. Let's go ahead and set those feet so the toes are pointing straight ahead. Tall in the spine, and 2, 1, here we go. Send those hips back, bowing forward, engage those glutes and stand. You can either tap the floor with your weight if you can keep a good back position, or come down to right about knee or shin level. Over and up. Fire those glutes as you stand tall, straight up and down. Hinging forward. Focus to keep everything square. And rest. Nice job. Making our way to the side plank. So on elevated position, I use both hands down, and then I walk my feet to the side, and here we go, up and hold. Really important here, don't let yourself collapse into that bottom shoulder, so lift up. Nice, that's the way, good, there's 10 seconds. We're gonna go upwards of 30 here, but don't go to failure. So if you feel like you're losing position, come out of it. That's 20. Good, give yourself a smile, holding strong. Taking care of your body, and rest. Well done, walking the feet in. Making our way to that opposite side. So now we're gonna have the weight on the right side. And if you don't have weights to use, just pretend you have weights and still move your body into those positions. Lift up out of the spine, and here we go. Sending the hips back. And when you're holding weight on one side of the body and not both sides, there'll be that tendency that your body kind of wants to twist. Typically, your hips will twist away from the side that you're holding the weight. So we want to focus in that we're practicing keeping everything square. Sometimes I'll even kind of counter that by almost thinking about trying to push my hips towards the side that has the weight to help keep it square on. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Switching sides on the plank. Support of the chair this time. Into position, turn to your side, and here we go. Lift and hold. On that right arm, very good, nice. Yep, lifting up out of that bottom shoulder, lifting the hips up, keeping them lined up with the shoulders. That's halfway. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. That's the end of set 1. We're going to take 30 seconds. And then we'll be back to that suitcase deadlift on the left side. If you want a little bit longer rest, then just take this round off and join us for set 3. All right. So 10 seconds, toes pointing straight ahead. I'm going to show it from the side this time. Sending those hips back, chin in, and here we go. Push the feet, squeeze the glutes. That's how we did a lot of that glute activation earlier in the class. Have those muscles be awake so that they can work for us here while we're lifting a little bit of weight. Over and up. Connect with your breath. So breathing in as you hinge over. Exhale to stand. Fire those glutes. Maybe one more. Over and rest. Beautiful, everybody. Side plank on that left arm. Going in 10. Place the hands. Walk the feet and kind of sort of pivot them around. Lifting up out of that shoulder. And here we go. Find something straight ahead to focus on. Great time just to smile for no specific reason, just telling your body, hey, we're getting stronger, we're exercising, we're building our core strength. Expanding our vitality so that we have good vigor and can have some fun. And 3, 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. Back to our right side. And on your deadlifts, bring those toes so that they're pointing straight ahead, lifting up the spine. Begin when you're ready. As you bow forward, look towards the ground as well so your neck's not all extended. So chin in and then look straight ahead at the top. Obviously, our neck is part of our spine, so we want the rest of our spine to be neutral and also the neck. Good. Exaggerate that glute squeeze at the top. Squeeze it in. Spine long and rest. Fantastic. That 30 seconds goes fast after our 45-second intervals on Monday. We'll build into it on this one as well. All right, side plank on the right. 2, 1, and here we go. Pretty quick transitions here, especially if you're getting on and off the ground. So just join us when you're ready. Nice job. And then remember not to drop down, so lifting up out of that bottom shoulder. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. 30 seconds off. I'm sure it's going to be a very different Halloween for many neighborhoods this year, especially with the rise of the COVID. I know my sister-in-law usually has a big party in their neighborhood and they're keeping the lights off this year. All right, everybody, last round, toes straight ahead, standing tall, back to that left arm deadlift. 2, 1, here we go. Straight up, straight over. Focus on that hip position, sending them straight back. It's normal to kind of feel like a little bit of a stretch in those hamstrings when you're hinging forward, similar to that warm-up movements that we did when we were bowing forward. Knees are just slightly bent, but the movement's largely happening at the hips. Hips back and stand. Last one, and rest. Good job. Final side plank on the left arm. Place the hands in position. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Lifting up. Side planks are really good for our spinal health, strengthens the obliques of our muscles, helps hold that spine in position when we're living our life, picking up grandkids, picking up laundry baskets, grocery bags. That's 20 seconds in. And 3, 2, 1. Good job. There's your 30. All right, just the right side left. Toes pointing straight ahead, lifting up, head neutral, and begin. Fire those glutes. Nice job. Bowing forward, trying to come down just a little bit slower than you stand. Moving with control, that's halfway. Say hello, hamstrings. I'm going to strengthen the back side of our body. We really tend to be very quad dominant with all the sitting that we tend to do in life. And rest. All right, final plank on the side. And we got quite the finisher today. Hands in position. Walk the feet. 2, 1, and begin. Good time to smile. The brain doesn't actually know the difference whether you're smiling because something's actually happening in your life, but when you literally just turn your lips up and give that smile on your face, it sends a whole cascade of happy, healthy hormones into the body. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Come on up, grab a drink, and we'll get ready for our finisher. After a couple stretches, of course. All right, let's go ahead behind the back stretch. Open up that chest a little bit more. Pull those shoulder blades back and down, lifting up those arms. Stay here or walk those feet out, bend the knees, and then send those hips back. I'm going to add that forward fold. Breathing strong. When you're ready, push the legs, come on up. Good, and let's just swing those arms back and forth, opening the chest. Fantastic. Very good. And then we're just going to stretch those hip flexors a bit more, get a little bit of opening through the back. Place your, let's go, you'll mirror me. So you're going to go your right foot forward, heel strong, grip the toes, left foot back, left hand to your right shoulder. And now we're shifting ourselves around, engaging the glute of that back leg, shift the hips forward and rotate towards that front. This is one of my favorites. Really helps open those hip flexors. You typically will normal to feel it up into your abdomen a little bit. Some of those deep hip flexors, they connect and attach on the front of our spine. So when they get tight, they pull our low back into more of an extended position, which can give us like a pinching feeling. Relax out of that. Let's switch sides. Place your left foot forward, your right foot back, right hand to that left shoulder. And then we're engaging the glutes, send the hips forward and turning towards your right. And again, fire those glutes. That helps open the front of the hip. And relax. All right. You can set the feet just outside the hips, stack the shoulders over the hips, reach up, bend that elbow. Try to not let yourself curl forward. So pull tall, and we're going to do our tricep side bends. Bend to the side and up. All right, we've got some fairly intense intervals coming up, so be patient with yourself. Work as hard or as gentle as you'd like. That's going to be 30 seconds of a squat or an overhead press with the squat or thruster. Just go ahead and switch arms. From there, you can either rest for 30 seconds or do a couple jumping jacks. 30 seconds of jumping jacks or rest. Then we're going to go into our mountain climber. That's where you're in the top of a push-up, pulling your knee towards the same side elbow. Really important there, keep your hips and shoulders square, or you're welcome to just hold that plank, holding strong. Next, we're gonna warm up some squats. So recommend you can kind of grab onto a chair or a doorway, hold on, walk the feet out, toes pointing straight out, and now you're gonna hang on while you lower those hips back, kind of wake up the hips and knees a little bit more. First time that we're lowering into a squat today. And oftentimes when we do this assisted squat, we can keep ourselves into a good position with our torso tall and allow our hips to go a little bit deeper than normal. Holding on, dropping back. Okay. But when we're in the workout portion of it, you want to make sure you're in control. So if you'd like to squat to a chair, that's great. Just focus on not plopping down, just controlling down and then stand. You can still do that overhead press if you'd like. Down and up. Okay. Jumping jacks second, like I said. Mountain climbers third. Elbows to the same side knee. And then resting, or if you want to work the whole 10 minutes with me, you can do burpees with me during that fourth 30 seconds. Okay. There's no assigned rest during the exercises. So I'm going to be moving for the whole 10 minutes. You can join me for every other round or whatever works for you. All right, so the heart rate's going to get up. If you're recovered and ready for that, then join me or just interval it as feels good to your body. Any questions before we roll into it? All right, let's go in 10 seconds. I'm going to go unweighted for the first round on the squat to overhead reach and then add weights from there. So set the feet and here we go. Reaching out. So I'm just kind of pretending I have weights here. Sinking down and drive. Good. Knees out, heels pushed down. Good breathing. Breathe in and out. Fantastic, everybody. Chest tall. And 2, 1, and either rest or jump jacks or step jacks. Good. Remember, there's not any assigned rest in between these movements, so you just build it in as you need. We're going to go to mountain climbers next, 15 seconds. On these mountain climbers, you want to keep your hips and shoulders square, engaging the core. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. You can take it all the way to the floor if you'd like, or this elevated position here. And being this is the first of 5 rounds, especially if you're planning on all 5, just pace yourself here. Ideally, we want to be able to have our movements look the same on the first round or the last round. Or if you're feeling good, you can have them look a little bit faster at the end. But consistency is the most important piece. 2, 1, and either rest or join me for the burpees. That's where we step out, step up, engage those glutes and reach overhead. You can go full push up to the floor or elevated and modified like this one. This will be the end of round 1. And then, like I said, we don't have any rest built in, so we're going to go right back to those squats of set 2. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You can keep it unweighted, or if you want to use a little weight, you can grab some weights. Just have control of that movement. Move with confidence. Fantastic. Knees out, heels down, push high. Good, nice overhead, Ann. There you go, Jean. Good squats, Diane. 3, 2, 1, and rest or jump jacks. Or step. Fantastic, good. It's a good time to just kind of dance around too. Whole idea is just keep the blood moving. I tend to be a little bit more of a structured individual, but hey, my mom always encourages that spontaneity and playfulness. All right, mountain climbers next. 3, 2, 1, and mountain climbers. Belly button in, hips square. Lifting up between the shoulder blades, don't let yourself sink in. Halfway. Those taking this round off, we've got one more exercise and then we'll be starting set 3. Either rest or burpees. 3, 2, 1, transition. Squeeze the glutes. Alternate which foot steps back first and which foot steps up. We'll usually have a dominant side, so we want to keep both sides working and moving. Fantastic, good. End of set 2, 10 seconds till we're back to our squats. Good job, and 3, 2, 1, here we go on set 3. Set the feet, hip width apart, slight toe out, hips back, knees wide. If you're choosing this overhead reach, make sure that you don't let those ribs lift up. We don't want to arch that back, so belly engaged, reaching straight to overhead. Fantastic, good, Jean. Nice, Laura. Reach and push. 3, 2, 1, rest or step jacks. Awesome. Middle of 5 rounds. Just want to stay focused, take it a little bit at a time. Good job. Mountain climbers are next. 2, 1, and transition. Hands right underneath those shoulders. Belly pulled in, elbow pulls high. Good. Keep moving. Just excuse me. Someone's trying to call. Messing with our timer. All right. Halfway through these mountain climbers. Grip the finger pads. Activate the arch of the hand. Make sure you're not dumping into those elbows. Slight bend in those elbows. All right, rest break or burpees. 2, 1, here we go. Fire those glutes as you pull yourself upright. Yeah, good. Reach overhead, happy to be alive. Step it back, step it up. Having fun, good job. 10 seconds till we start set 4. So feel free if you want to take this round off. And you can join us for set 5. 3, 2, 1, and transition. Weights or no weights. Feet about hip width apart, chest tall. Good control into that squat. Sinking back, driving tall. Good. Focus. Laura's got the fan out. And know that she's getting heated up. Take your time here. Quality movement over speed of movement. Good job. Let's get one more. And up. Fantastic. Rest or your step jacks, jump jacks. Woo! Fantastic. Good job, everybody. There you go, Diane. Moving with us. Good job. Doesn't feel cold anymore here in Colorado, that's for sure. 2, 1, and mountain climbers. Again, checking in with the elbows. Keeping that breathing consistent. Midline strong, hips square. Halfway on the mountain climbers. Well done. That's great. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Burpees or rest to start round 5. Good job, everybody. Fire the glutes, stand tall. 20 seconds till we start set 5. As long as your body's feeling okay, if you can join us for that last round, always fun to have everybody moving. Otherwise, just hang out. We'll do a couple minutes of a cool down stretch. 2, 1, and final set of thrusters. Thrusters or squats. And when I say thruster, that's our overhead reach, because the idea is that you thrust the hips to then give a little boost up to overhead. Heels down, knees out, pushing tall. Good. Coordinate the breathing. Nice job. Fantastic. Good job. Let's get one more. Woo. And jumping jacks, step jacks, seal jacks. Just a little bit of movement. Well done. All right, coming up on the final minute of work, mountain climbers and then burpees. And we call it quite the day. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Midline strong. And to think Diane thought I was talking about wearing costumes when I said we were gonna have fun. I was just meaning we were gonna have a fun workout here. Kind of up in the ante a little bit more of a challenge. You always want to kind of find that happy medium where you're challenging yourself without overwhelming yourself. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and if everyone can join us for a couple burpees, engage the glutes, reach overhead, stepping back, step it up, breathe, and celebrate each time you come up. Woo! Upright again. There you go. Good, Shirley. Moving well, Jean. That's the way. Fantastic. Let's go one more for everybody. Step it back. Step it up. 3, 2, 1. High fives around. Awesome job, everyone. Walk it out. Let's bring that heart rate down and get some water. So any of the stretches that we did throughout this hour, whatever you can remember throughout the day is always a great thing to, if you're kind of noticing your body after the workouts, movement will help your body to stay loose and recover for the next time. All right, let's stay upright on our feet and just focus on the lower or the upper body a little bit here. So if you can make your way next to a wall, we're gonna go, my hands just right about shoulder height. And I'm going to do, we call it the around the clock stretch. So I'm going to walk the fingers up the wall like I'm trying to reach towards 12 o'clock. And as you walk up the wall, you can walk your body a little bit closer to the wall as well. And then when you're ready, start to walk the hands back behind. And you might get to like 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, wherever you feel it. And then just gently turn your torso away. And right now I just have my feet in alignment. I can also step that inside leg forward and that will change the stretch just a little bit deeper into the stretch. Really good one for our shoulder health and also that posture because those muscles in the front of the chest get tight and then they pull us forward. All right, walk the hands back into position, walk them back down the wall, and let's switch sides. Turning it around. Same thing, other side. Walking it up. And walking it back. Just depends upon which side you're on, whether you're walking towards 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Couple breaths with the feet square and then stepping that inside leg forward, lean in and turn away. Nice deep breaths. One more breath here and relax. Walk it back. Walk them down. Fantastic. And then we're going to stretch out the lats, like kind of like the side of the body. You can grab onto a doorway, or I'm going to use the chair here. So you're going to hold on to it, walk yourself back. Nice bend in those knees, and then you're just going to gently lean back. I mean, obviously, I could easily pull this chair over, but kind of find that balance where you're getting a little bit of a stretch. Kind of try to look underneath that arm and then reach that non-working arm underneath. You can even rest it on the thigh and breathe into that twist. One to two more breaths. Good job. Walk yourself in. Stand up a moment in between, and then we'll do the same thing other side. Slight bend in those knees. Reach it forward. Walk it back. Non-stretching arm reaches under and peer underneath that arm. And then breathing where you feel the stretch. And when you're ready, making your way back up. All right, we're at time, but if you want to just finish one more last, I just want to do a little bit more spinal twist and stretch for the low back. But if anyone needs to run, thanks for being here. So we're just going to do the one here. You can either keep the feet flat like we showed the first time, or if you want to go a little deeper into the twist, you can cross that leg over. And then instead of doing the shoulder rolls, I'm going to use my hand. I've got a little arm rest here that I can kind of use to just gently push myself a little bit deeper into that twist. You can also do the seated version on the floor, those of you that know it. And breathe here. Fantastic. And then when you're ready, same thing other side. Sit tall, peer over. And relax. Those of you that may be on the floor, if you know child's pose, you could finish in child's pose. If you're seated here with me, feet flat, hands on the legs, and we're just going to slide it forward, bow forward, just a gentle stretch the low back. One to two more breaths, and then make your way up. All right, everybody. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Eat something besides just Halloween candy this weekend, and hope to see you on Monday.